Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Current blood sugar is 10. Pretty well fully calibrated. That's left over from lunches because now it's 1:45. Going to be time for some insulin. We do it at lunch because they get a snack. So I'm right on the dividing line, so hopefully it's gonna stay or go down. Had a couple of corrections here because they started to go up. I had 1.3 and 1.25 units. So we're all working pretty good. Oh, it's quite warm here. We got the lights on. Okay, let's get rid of my hair. Okay, current blood sugar, still another day at 99. Gotta find out when that 1% was. So if we go back, take a look. 4.8. Excuse me, 5. So somewhere here, I don't know where it's, but I just went up to 10.6 with an arrow going up. So it's kind of like, sugar, we're free. Okay, time and range, let's get back. 99%, that's all we really need to discuss. Average sugar is 7. Wonderful. Okay, let's go. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, I have been a diagnosed diabetic for, let me just double check here. For 228,800 seconds plus, because obviously when you're seeing this video, it just keeps adding up. Or 24,720,480 minutes, which comes out to 412,008 hours, 17,167 days. Imagine that. 2,452 weeks and 3 days. Gotta throw in those 3 days. 564 months and 0 days, and 47 years. So at, I think it's 10 a.m. on the 7th, I was admitted into Children's Hospital to start my life as a type 1 diabetic. I had diabetes longer than that, but it's hard to say. Yep, that was the moment. So you see, you can survive with diabetes. When I was diagnosed, I was told, oh, you probably reach just 50 years. I reached 50. Now I'm another 10 years. So every day is a great gift. what I do now compared to what I did then, we have insulin pumps. The biggest new thing that I wanted when I was first diagnosed, which I never got, was a syringe injector. You still had to press the button, so if some of you have been here and have seen some of my past videos, you will know I took a while to learn how to pierce the skin. And once I pierced the skin and got the needle in, I was fine. I just couldn't do that. It took forever. And then they tried to teach me to lean up against the wall to inject. And I put it in and pulled it out. Something wasn't right and it hurt, and it was a bad day. Now, insulin pumps, to get blood sugars down. At first, it was difficult. I now religiously do my blood sugars. I think I'm pretty good at it. I can tell now, I think I'm experienced enough when I kind of have noticed something in my diabetes care of how knowledgeable the doctor is. And I don't mean by asking them questions, but I can tell. If my blood sugar's high and they say, oh, we want to give you 10 units to bring it down. Sorry, that quilts in the head. It won't work. I know it won't work. I at least need 20 plus. But you had a low. We don't want you to have another low. So excuse me here for 1 sec. Oh, get me from stop coughing. Little post-nasal drip. So, I've started my 48th year. 2 more years, and I will have diabetes for 50 years. Oh my God. But you know what? Whether I have a bad day, a good day, I'm not down for the count. And I don't want to be down for the count. I enjoy when my blood sugars go well within reason. And we know that because we take a look at that. I tried to take this kind of like we were having a discussion, so that's why I could stop and cut. Now, what do I wish? I wish that the pumps would get a little bit more sophisticated in that we don't have to worry about anything to do with our diabetes. Yeah, it's a dream. Well, let me tell you this. Pumps were a dream to begin with. So we can wish for all of the best. And we could start getting 100% days. Could you imagine just having to load your pump and that was it? You wouldn't have to worry about having to do blood tests twice a day at least. Well, we're getting close. The new closed loop systems are getting more and more advanced. Does that mean we won't ever have to do blood sugars? No. I think we're always going to have to do a blood sugar, but we need to be competent. New diabetics won't know the steps that we all had to take. Just like when I was diagnosed, 47 years ago. That's funny how that works, isn't it? That I didn't really know what the diabetics that had preceded me lived with. I'm now in that category. I know what I have to live with, what you have to live with, what your sons, your daughters who have type 1 diabetes have to live with. Let's get to being more days like this. I just took a look at my moment. Oh, look at this. Earlier I told you that I had 2 correction lines. It's now grown to 4, and the other 2 were 1.2 units and 1.65 units. So the pump is saying, hey, you're up above. The first pumps didn't do that. It just gave you the insulin over and over again. I don't really remember basal and bolus until I got my second pump, which the company I worked for purchased. I know I shouldn't have. Let's just see. Does that work better? There, that'll clear up some. But I can remember it with the second pump, not with my first pump. It was just insulin, and your blood sugar went up. You gave extra insulin, blood sugar went down. I can remember pressing a button going beep, 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 beep for 4 units and hearing beep, beep, beep for 4 back. So we've come an awful long way. And that's being forced, pushed, directed by the type 1 predecessors before us. Now we're in the driver's seat, and we need to make sure research that we take part in, more research, talk about diabetes, fight for what is rightfully ours. In the States, having to fight on the price of insulin. I can't believe you have to do that. But in Canada, we're lucky we don't have to. It's a covered medical expense. Type 1 diabetics now don't have to worry that they're going to be dead in 6 months. Because once you were diagnosed, you were already too far gone. And the treatment just went on and on and on. And where are we now? People who play around with their diabetes shouldn't have to, and it's almost like they need to go through a day of realizing they could be dead within 6 months if they don't have insulin. And we talked about this in prior videos and how lucky we are today that we have more insulin, more testing supplies, insulin pumps, pens, quicker acting insulins or longer acting insulins, whatever the case is. So happy diabetes Diaversary to me. And yes, I'm going to be alive again for another year to kick diabetes butt. And I will not be satisfied until it is beaten. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.